So hey you guys, hey, it's your girl Mika here. It is August 16th. It's about 6:26 in the PM here in Chicago. It's been a minute. I'm definitely doing a little bit better. Been missing you guys, but definitely been keeping up with all the hottest topics lately, and a lot of you YouTubers have really helped me. My fellow YouTubers have really helped me to get through this devastating time that my family and I've had. And YouTube is just a great place. I'm just so happy to be a part of YouTube family and to be on here. So what I must say is, before you do anything, make sure you hit subscribe, you guys. Hit subscribe so that you can continue to get the best and sometimes the worst of me, and to catch up on me and what's going on. I want to be able to collaborate with you guys. My platform was made anyway just as a means for me to communicate with others, to network, in hopes that maybe I can be inspiring to someone else and someone else can inspire me also. And I've met some great people on this journey thus far. Now, in my time that I've kind of been down, the Bobby Valentino thing has just ran rampant. And I haven't said too much about the Bobby Valentino, Rima Houston thing because I didn't know how to feel initially. I am very active in the LGBTQ community. I have been friends. I've grown up around transsexuals, gays, lesbians, whatever. I've always been a person that is judgment free. You are who you are. You like what you like. You feel how you feel. It holds no merit for me and my beliefs, and that's just what I feel. However, in this situation, I really feel like Rima has made the LGBTQ community look really bad. She has now taken this situation and ran with it to the point where she was on the Rickey Smiley morning show this morning, you guys. And I'm on Debrat's her live right now, and I'm going to show you some of the footage that Brat was on live while they were on the radio this morning. And I feel like, for one, she was wrong. Rima was wrong, period, in this situation. Because to me, you don't out someone. Everybody, whether they knew it, everybody in Georgia, it's a whole lot of people, y'all, that you just don't know, that's down low, that are curious and fascinated with this and that and the other. To me, I feel like some things are human nature to really be curious. And however, you may not act on it, but I do think a lot of people are more curious than they let on. However, I don't feel like it was fair for her to out him. It wasn't her position to do so. And now this crock of bullshit that she's spilling on the Rickey Smiley show this morning, I listened to it this morning on the way to work. Apparently she has finally gotten her little team together to try to recreate her story or what have you, because now she's really focusing and harboring on this. Well, I'm a communications major. That was my degree in school, and that's what me and Bobby Valentino were in touch with, networking on how to make myself this and that. But the thing is, when they went off the camera and off air, Rickey Smiley was schooling her ass on how to make sure that she comes up. He's the one who told her, and you may be able to hear it on here if I play it long enough. He was telling her, hey, make sure you keep throwing out in the interview that you're a communications major. And after this, after you get on, and you can get you a radio show or whatever, let this situation go. Don't bring this situation up anymore, because you're not going to come up long off of this. It's going to be short-lived. Now, I will say this, y'all. This has lasted longer than I thought. I don't know why we harboring on this, but it's lasted a little longer than I thought. She's got more shine than I thought she would. But take a look. Just a second, guys.
All right, y'all, Rick Smiley Morning Show. 26 minutes after the hour, y'all, we have Ricky Houston in the studio. And you was telling us off the air that you are in a relationship with
a trans man.
And explain what a trans man.
Basically, it's a female that has transitioned into being male.
Right. And you say you in that relationship because they understand.
They understand the transition psychologically, mentally. They understand us.
Right. And you say you're not with a heterosexual man because you ain't gonna be nobody's secret.
I don't want to be nobody's secret for the rest of my life. I'm transparent. I don't want to hide who I am.
That voice is a secret. Right. Ain't no secret, honey. You won't be a secret with
Rima Houston. She is the transgender female now who was in a relationship or a sexual encounter, liaison, if you will, with Bobby Valentine. Like, was it a full-blown relationship?
It was never anything sexual. With me in the Bobby Valentino situation, this was nothing on the terms of sexuality or sex. This wasn't a sexual act. It never had to do with prostitution, escort, nothing about that. This was strictly business, but it was manipulated by Bobby Valentino to be sexual.
Oh, so he manipulated
it. When he showed up, the video that everybody saw,
correct,
when he was like walking out of there with his pants off, walk us up to that moment, how that happened.
Okay, like I said, he came, we was talking, like I said, I'm a mass communications major trying to get into the industry. So we was speaking about things that he could help me get there. As we're doing that, he started taking off his pants and stuff, and I'm just like, well, this was not what you came for. So it was very manipulative, like, let me just put this bug in your ear to what I really want to do.
So he pulled his pants off then, and because that with you being a mass communication major, and so he came to talk to you and pulled his pants off. So was he trying to tell you to talk into the mic? Or what?
Jerry.
Microphone check 1 2 1 2.
Okay, let's see your speaking skills. You know what I mean? Basically, no, it wasn't like that at all. What it gave was basically he was speaking to me, and when he was speaking to me, it was just one-on-one. And I live in the studio, so we're all in one place. So once he started taking his pants and his shoes, and let me explain to how I still have his shoes. And
I was gonna ask you, Nate, do you get skis and shoes back?
Yeah, no, that's not my home.
Are you wearing them?
Okay. I can fit that man's shoes, but his shoes and stuff. Because I was trying to hand him his shoes back. I'm just going to exit my home. This is not what I want. He knocked the shoes out of my hand. That's why the shoes are still there, because he couldn't figure out where the shoes at because he's trying to scurry out. I handed him his pants. He knocked his pants out of my hands. His keys fell out. So that's when I grabbed my phone to start recording him. And once I started recording him, that's when he grabbed his pants up, which was right in front of him, and tried to run out. He forgot about the shoes and keys because they were in other parts of the room because he knocked them out of my hand. So when he got away, he was trying to put up his shorts in front of his face because that's all he had. That's the quickest thing he could grab to get out to not be on camera.
So why did he get mad then?
Because I wasn't about sex. Like I tell people, as a transgender woman, people feel like we're alienated. We can't get sex with heterosexual men. So there's people every day that might have approached me. There's different social media sites for that. So just because he's about Valentino, that don't make no noise for me trying to get no sex from no man. You know what I mean? That doesn't really move me. What moved me is that he was going to put me in a position to be in the industry that's going to help me with my major. The sole reason why I moved to Atlanta. I didn't move to Atlanta to have sex with a guy. I could have stayed in North Carolina and did that. You know what I'm saying? And I met other celebrities, and they haven't been on that tip. So it don't have nothing to do with that.
Lies to me.
Well, that shed a lot of light.
Yeah. And what kind of shoes are they? Yeah,
just some plain Nikes. Nikes.
What size?
I'm check for you.
You're thirsty?
I'm thirsty for Nike because that's in my hand. That's all I wear.
Rickey's stupid, y'all.
All I wear every day, Brent.
Nike.
Every day. Every single piece took down to the draw. So, Rima, what made Bobby, what made you angry that made you pull your phone out and start recording? What got to that situation?
Let me explain something. A lot of times
we hear
stories about transgenders that there's never any proof, and we are always victimized. There's never proof of the situation. They're getting killed, but there's never no proof from the media. There's never no proof. Me calling the police then, that would have served justice, but it would have been a right then and end thing. I want to move to the future. We need to start having proof for our transgender community. We need to have proof of what goes on behind closed doors, so people don't think that's always us. We're always the person, the aggressor of things. And sometimes we need to understand that we're not always aggressive. We are victims too. So even if this story, puts me in a place where things don't work out to where it's supposed to be, there's always proof to show that, there was a transgender that had proof behind it.
Now she's a victim. A lot of times the media
put out things, you're like, well, where's the backstory to it? Yeah. What really happened? And I want to be that person to show this is what really happened.
So you didn't really put the video out to ridicule him or like hold him hostage for anything, but just to shed light on a situation where like you felt like someone was being sexually inappropriate in a situation where you were just trying to conduct business.
Right, because there's so many sexual assaults in my transgender community. There's always, aggravated assault. There's so many things that happen to us that a lot of people don't know because they feel like we're the aliens of the world, like we're some, unhuman-like figures.
Wow. Okay. So, and have you received any backlash or threats or?
Yes, I've received a lot of backlash and threats. That's why I haven't been back to the home, because everybody's asking me what size, but I have not been back home because I've been receiving threats and people.
At home, in your hometown?
And in Atlanta. I live in Atlanta, so my apartment is on national television. And people receive threats like that's this apartment, and she lives here, or I expect just a lot of different things. So I have not been home. I've been away from it because I'm trying to be in a space where I don't even want to be in the presence of that. I'm all about positive vibes, positive energy, and I don't even want to put myself in a situation to be around that right now.
Now, we were trying to actually get Bobby to call in, or even possibly address the rumors himself, and our producer was telling me that Bobby was saying that you were trying to extort him.
Okay, and I've read the messages or the media stuff about extortion. This is not an extortion case. In the video, you hear me say, if you want your keys and your shoes back, you hear something about the money situation. But the case about extortion, that has nothing to do with it. Even like
then why would you say that?
Has nothing to do with it. He wasn't. So a lot of things in the media are being hyped up to what's not true.
Because like if you want your keys back, then pay me my money, right?
Because that would leave the door open to assume that there was some sort of transaction that was left unsettled.
Right. So it might look like, but it looks like, okay, so why is she asking for the money, or what is the money for? I get that part. But what people have to understand is that when I was brought into a situation to feel like I was about to be put on a gig to put some funds in my pocket financially, and I'm actually manipulated to things where I just want to be sexually done. Because, like people have reports to say, I'm not the only transgender he's done this to. There's been reports out like that. Well, if you can't put me onto where I want to be onto, and you said what you're going to say, and you left yourself here, well, you're not coming back in my home, first of all, because I don't feel safe. So if you want to get back in here, the financial stuff that you told me that you're going to do for me in the industry, well, let's do it now.
Backpedaling and pussy popping, as James Hartwell says.
Business, for me, when I have business meetings, I always try to rent out a space or a conference room at a hotel.
Preach,
or
Rickey.
do it, because one would think that if you're having a business meeting at the house, that it could lead to something else. Now, if I have a business meeting at my house, my morning show, it's all of us there, and we all meet. We have food, and we just kind of chill out or whatever. But I'm just saying, I'm just giving you my thoughts of what it looked like, a business meeting, probably in a business setting, in a public place.
And that's the difference. That's why it was so manipulative, and it was so told me the wrong way. It was presented to me different than what it was.
But I'm saying, you got to say, so okay, we're not gonna meet here. Let's meet up somewhere. Let's meet up at Starbucks. One time I meet people at Starbucks.
But see, I was comfortable with it because, like I told you, the birthday bash, when it came over with all my homegirls, they never gave that type of set. So I'm not thinking in my head like, oh, he's coming over here for this, because we had met previously. So it wasn't like I'm going to be like, okay, well, this is going to happen, because when you met me in a setting with it never went down like that. But I feel like, okay, it didn't go down like that in front of them because they were heterosexual women and you were hiding a secret. So when you got a one-on-one time, you're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of what you really want to do.
Right. Because, people just seem to think, because when you mentioned the money part, that's what made people think that that you were, getting paid for services.
Right, exactly. And that's why I was ready to go ahead and tell the backstory, or tell how it led up, and just give the ins and outs of what really happened, instead of letting just the rumors, because rumors gonna be rumors. You can't know what people put out, but if you know your truth, then that's all you can give.
That is. All right.
Okay. I was reading social media. A lot of people was like, well, she asked for money. She's lying. Ask her why was she yelling about giving her money. But I guess she kind of broke that down. You had your reasons, and people get taken advantage of in weird ways all the time.
Right.
I wish we could have both of y'all in the studio, just so we could really, like in a civilized setting, hash everything out. Because no one looks great in this situation.
Right.
No one looks great. There's a lot of people who look up to Bobby Valentino and are probably disappointed by hearing what you had to say.
Right.
There's a lot of people looking at you like, yo, why are you doing this to this man?
Right.
And like, you know, this seems to be like, there has to be a middle ground where like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything ain't for social media. Everything ain't for...
Yeah.
There's ways things can be worked out behind closed doors. Because, like, yo, like, I mean, whether you know it or not, you kind of finished, dude.
Yeah, and then the other thing is all about, you know, he has people in the record industry, record executives, the people that support him and support his music. These are some of the people that can say to a program director, hey, here's a transgender woman, the opportunity to have the first transgender woman to be on your radio show, to do middays, or to be a co-host on somebody's show, and just be real careful with that, because you just don't want to get blackballed,
right,
and ruin your career.
And that's why, like, you know, move away from the situation. That's you know, I'm glad that it's kind of getting to a point where it's, you know, because because I want to move in the direction of my initial purpose of moving here. You know?
And by no means when I say like you finished, dude, do I mean that like what he tried to do to you was right.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, hurt people, and like, how do you move on from this point?
Right.
You know?
And a lot of times I've seen, you know, the threats, and, you know, I've seen, like you said, the people have their opinions about me or whatever, stuff like that. I've read on that. I've always been the type of person, you know, to never let negative things get to me. I've always, you know, heard the quote, live by the quote, you know, when they try to when they can't assassinate your dream, they come for your character, you know? So, a lot of times, you know, I've heard that, so I just follow, you know, just go by it. You know, just listen.
There it is, y'all. I let everybody know how they can follow you on social media.
Alright, my Instagram is Rima's World. That's REIMAS World. My Snapchat.
Okay, y'all. So it was a much better interview than that previous mess with that other radio host who I won't name. Much more civilized. And they gave her a chance to actually talk and speak her lies. I mean, her truth. And tell it from her perspective. Now, you all have watched it. Garner whatever opinions you may. But I feel like this was an interview where she was given the rope needed to hang herself. She went back and forth so much. And it's just unfortunate because she's so, like, articulate. And you can tell probably has, like, good roots at the core of it all, but this is just like they said, this is you literally ruining someone's career completely, like ending it, finishing it for him. And this is my only issue or gripe with the certain members of LGBTQ communities. You do things like this and then you cry victim and cry hurt when someone tries to come and whoop your ass or kill you. And I just don't think it's right. I really don't think it's right. This whole situation is just bad. Hopefully it goes away sooner than later, but that's it, y'all. I will check back in later. Peace, love, and blessings. Ciao.